And this is Todd. I forgot to turn my TV on. Let's get the sky going. All these important details. Just right? Come on. Come on. There we go. Load. And now let's choose new sunset. There we go. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Now we got some sky back there. Okay, let's see who's on here, and then we'll get started. So let's see. I cannot wait till their 3030 gets released. That'd be cool. They have plans for... I don't know if they have plans for the characters or not. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Let's go and get some lights on in here. Hey, my little... Whoop. Oh, everything's falling. Everything's falling. I'll just stick that up there for now. What happened to my computer control panel here? Is it out of battery power? Let's see what it says here. Oh, start over. Boop. There we go. And let's go ahead and stick this back in there. Put the little piece that goes on top. Hey Siri, lights on. Oh, got that upside down.
Okay, done.
Oh, bright light. Bright light. There we go. There we go. Don't be leaving, Marshal. Oh, I didn't get the screen in there all the way right. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again, shall we? Click. Clock. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. So now, let's go ahead and see what they got. Well, let's see what else is on here. Mike Fee, thanks for joining us. Delaxaroni, thanks for being here. Juan Soto, thanks for being here. Charles, thanks for being here. Good to have you guys here. So I got the package in the mail, and it's funny is I got the little customs thing here, and the customs thing here says that it includes one model car. I thought, model car? That's not what's in this box. Now, it'd be funny if I was wrong and it was a model car from Ramentoys. But we'll go ahead and check that out in a minute. So let's open this box up. Now, the box does have a little bit of damage on it, coming all the way from China. There's some dents and some stuff on it. Now, I've been sitting on this box for probably a couple weeks now. So I got it in the mail, and I was all excited to open it, but I wanted to set up the fort first before I opened it. So that's kind of where we're at. So now at the fort setup, let's go ahead and open this box, and we'll do some comparisons. And we'll compare them next to some He-Man and the Masters of the Universe action figures. I've been waiting for this guy for quite a while because, as you guys know, I want to do my Rio Blast thing. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a guest star appearance from Bravestarr. Now, even though the box is smashed, look at this. They put little plastic corners in here to protect the box from totally getting destroyed. So that's cool. Thank you, Ramentoys, for that. And we got a piece of cardboard. I guess I can just toss that over there. And then we have the Marshal. So this is not technically Bravestarr. It's technically a character called the Marshal that just happens to look a whole lot like Bravestarr. So this is the Marshal action figure. And look at that Click-a-tat. They got some really cool looking artwork on there. There he is. Now, as you guys know, I've bought another figure from here just recently. I bought the Silverhawk figure. What is his name? Silver... I forget his name now. You guys tell me, the main Silverhawk figure. I forgot his name for some reason. It is escaping me. Some of you guys. The car must be a Mustang. Nice. I'm guessing whoever wrote the format probably didn't speak a lot of English, and they probably are releasing the cars at the same time for different things they're working on, like the Batmobile and some other stuff. So they probably just put car. Car. Everything's a car. Ooh. It's sticking for some reason. Now the box is made of really thin material, but it's no big deal because I'm not going to save the box anyway. I'm not really too worried about that. But it is kind of cool with the window thing in front of it, but it does feel a lot like the boxes we got in the 70s when you'd buy toys. So it's a very thin, but well printed on box. So it's got really nice printing all the way around it, everywhere you look. It is well printed out. Let's see. So, here he is. The Marshal of Marshals. Now, I never watched Bravestarr. So this is all kind of new to me a little bit. As you guys know, I bought the fort for one reason and one reason only, and that is to use with my Rio Blast, because I saw somebody online do it years ago when we first got our Classics Rio Blast. I'm like, oh, that is so cool. So ever since then, I've been kind of a Bravestarr fan, trying to get stuff for Rio Blast. And it just kind of grew on me a little bit with, you know, all the different storylines and everything else. But again, I still haven't watched the cartoon yet, so it's still kind of foreign to me. I do know the toys. Now here's the extra special bonus pack. Look at that. Bonus pack. So if you ordered them by a certain time frame, you got the bonus pack. I don't think it's available anymore. I don't know. I'll have to go check on the website. I put a link at the very bottom of the description of the website. I also put a link to Amazon. But here's the bonus pack. And it comes with his necklace with the animals on it. The animal power! And it comes with a red glowing piece. It's supposed to be able to separate, I think, or something. So let's see if we can get this open without destroying the pack. Now, I have no intention of reselling this figure. I got him just to keep. So he had this elastic piece. It feels just like the elastic they used to use in the old G.I. Joe binoculars you put on their head or whatever, or for the fishing, or for the mask. And this comes apart too. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, so that's kind of fun. I'll put that on the table. Let's go ahead and compare this. So it's a little bit smaller than the Bravestarr gun we have originally, but it is very, very much like it. It is so close. That is really close. They must have had the toy in their hand when they designed this, because there's so many things. I mean, it has the roughness right here, roughness right there, but it's a different number, so you know it's not scanned. Somebody actually recreated this. But even the same little hook right there that this has. 2 bumps here. We got 4 circles here, open circle there, line there. I mean, whoever made this literally had this gun in their hand looking at it. Now, this is not angled. You can see this one has a joggle to line up with the eye. This one goes straight on top. So, interesting. Interesting. All right. So, next, we have an extra head in there. It's always good to get extra heads. Let's see. Godzilla says the wisest wing girl says apparently Mattel was going to do Masters of the Universe Revolution playsets, background stands. What do you think? That sounds pretty cool. All right, here's his head. It looks a little bit on the small, narrow side a little bit to me. but we'll see how it looks on him. And that's weird. This side looks like he's frowning, but this side looks like he's smiling. So if you turn him this way, he's a happy man. This way, he's like, That's funny. He's got the half smirk kind of going on there. Funny, my wife always teases me and says I do the half smirk all the time. So then we have his cowboy hat with the one with the visor here. Cowboy hat with visor. And then we have a cowboy hat without a visor here. He's even got his little antennae on the side. And then we have, it looks like he has a tomahawk in the box here. Tomahawk power! Ugh. And it does come out of there. It has a little sheath that probably snaps on his belt. Now I'm not going to snap these on the belt right now because I saw online that they put the belt on upside down. So I don't have to pull them apart and fix the belt. I don't want to do it on camera because I may heat them up with the hot water or a heat gun. And I don't want to be distracted and end up melting them. So even though, oh look at, they got a piece of plastic in the back to protect it from, okay, let's just get all this stuff out now. Okay, he's got some kind of cool shawl he's wearing over the top. See how easy his head is to remove. Hooray! It comes off easy. So you can put on his blue armor, or he has his white armor on. I'm going to leave the white armor on. I like it better. And yep, it does look like his belt maybe upside down. Let's just see how easy it is to pull them apart. It shows being able just to pull them apart. Oh, I'm scared. I am scared without hot water. Oh, that wasn't too bad. All right, let's flip that right back over. Pop them back together. Ugh. Hooray! It didn't destroy the figure. All right, let's see which head we want. We have Mr. Serious, or we have Mr. Half Smile. I think I like the Mr. Half Smile better. So we're going to go with the Mr. Half Smile head. Oh, his ponytails. His ponytail's articulated? Are you kidding me? Look at that. Choop, choop, choop. It's got a little articulation point on there. Who'd ever think they'd articulate the ponytail? That's cool. Ugh. Okay, pop that head on there. That is really a tight fit. I may have to heat that up to get it on. Maybe it's all the way on. And I'm going to put on the regular non-visor hat. You know what? On second thought, I like his non-smiling head better. Smiling head just looks like he's creepy, like he's looking at you from a spot he's not supposed to. Now the hat fits a little looser than I would like. It's kind of weird. It just kind of wobbles on his head. So you're definitely going to want to put some foam or something else in the sides to keep it in place. All right, let's go and talk about articulation. We have toe articulation. We have ankle articulation. We have double jointed knees. So there's knee pad right there. I don't think there's a boot cut. I can't tell. Doesn't seem to be when I twist it. There is leg articulation up here, as well as the leg comes in and out down too. So you can adjust his height on one side or the other. He's got a nice swivel hip. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then he has a swivel ab crunch, which is really nice because it hides that articulation. Excellent job on hiding articulation. Then we have shoulder movement. A bicep cut, it looks like. And then we have double jointed elbows. Normally I'm not a fan of double jointed elbows, but now what the heck. And then we have his hands articulated too. Now, granted he has fists so he can punch. But I want hands so he can hold. So let's get his holding hands out so he can hold his guns and weapons. Oh, this is going to be a pain. It disconnects in 2 places. We need to disconnect it way up. See, this whole little piece comes off, so you have to do it where the hand is, not where the wrist is. Which means if this thing snaps, you're just out of luck. And let's go ahead and try this one too. There we go. And what's his trigger finger hand? We're going to need that. Okay. I thought I had 2 of the same hand at first for a minute. Oh. Don't break on me. Don't break. Don't break. And I'll put just a regular hand on this side, not a trigger hand. All right. Ugh. There he is. Okay, let's put his gun on his... It's got to click on somewhere in his holster. It's not the exact same as the toy. See, look at that. It's got a little joggle in the handle where the trigger is, so his trigger finger can fit on there. But it's very similar, but it's got some extra little details on it that's not on the toy. Interesting that they copied the rifle exactly, but the handgun, they switched it up a little bit. Okay, let's put this on. That is one big holster. And I take it his tomahawk goes on the other side. There we go. All right, and then he has a stand, which also acts as an energy shield, I guess. I guess it's not a stand, it's just his energy shield. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Dun, 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 dun. And let's put this on his back. Oh, there's no little thing to hook it to. That's funny, they got the hook on there, but there's nothing to hook it to. That's funny to add the hook, but no place to hook it to. All right. I guess that makes sense. Since it was the extra accessory, I guess there's a place to hook it to, then everybody would be annoyed that they didn't get the rifle, being it was the bonus accessory. Okay, let's put all the rest of the pieces away. I don't need the extra visor hat. Yep, that's all I need. Oh, I don't need the poncho either. I'm not going to put the poncho on him. So there we go. There is the Marshal, which happens to look a lot like Bravestarr, but is not. Okay, I'll check out your guys' comments in a minute. Let me first get him standing on his own. Stand, man, stand. You can do it. The trick is I have to pull this side apart and then push it on. Otherwise it's going to keep falling off. There we go. He's standing now. let's go ahead and compare him to the Bravestarr toy. The original Bravestarr. Now you can see he's a whole heck of a lot taller, the original one, but that's because this was made in a different size. But we wanted to compare him to Masters of the Universe. See, his face looks so realistic. It does. It does look really cool. They did a great job on the sculpt on this. I just realized I should have pulled out my figures ahead of time to compare these. Oh, bright lights. Okay, just about there. It's got Cringer and stuff in the way. Cringer! I know, Cringer's not part of Bravestarr. All right. Dun 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 dun. Dude, you're losing all your stuff. Firmly grasp it. Stand, man. Stand. Stand. Attend. Hut. Now, I did give him a Bravestarr hat a long time ago, so stick that hat back on his head. Just 'cause I think it looks cool on him. And let's go ahead and put this Bravestarr away for a minute. And let's slide these two together and see the height difference. So, you can see at this Bravestarr, the new one is quite a bit smaller than our classics. Not terribly small, but small enough to be a little bit strange in being in the same world. Here we have a Masterverse figure. Masterverse. And for Masterverse, he's way too big, obviously. Not Masterverse. Origins. Origins. And... oh... stay standing, man. I can't stand. Yeah. Okay, stand. There we go. All right, let me go grab a Masterverse now. Okay, so here, I like to use him as a generic Masterverse figure because he is a generic Masterverse figure. And you can see next to Masterverse, he actually doesn't look too terribly bad. Of course, this guy'd be like, you know, what, 6'5", something like that, where he'd be a little bit shorter. But we have different sized people in real life, so not that big of a deal. All right, let's see how he fits in the playset, because that's what you guys tuned in for, to see if you should get yourself the Fort Kernum or not. So let's go ahead and try to sit him down. Sit down. Let's see how he sits in the seat. He's a little short in the seat. Looks like a little kid sitting on a barber stool, but not horrible. It's nice that his knees bend enough to actually have him sit in there. So that's cool. Zoop. Not too shabby. Let's see he is for height walking through the doorways. I just wish the hat would just grip a little more. Now, if those are supposed to be windows, he is a little bit on the short side, but not terribly short. Nothing like we didn't expect already, being he was shorter than the rest. Daddy, please don't cut my hair. Stand in the place where you live. They're all drunk. Yeah, he does look really cool. If you see in the Real Ghostbusters Coast cartoon, I've seen clips of it, but never actually watched the cartoon itself. I imagine you're talking about the Filmation one, right? So, I think he fits nicely in a lot of the stuff in here. Oh, there goes his gun. So yeah, he can control the spotlight up here. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I personally wouldn't mind if I didn't know that the original Bravestarr existed toy action figure. I think he'd fit good enough. Like if I was a kid and someone got me this play set here and this figure, I wouldn't even know that it did not belong together. I mean, yeah, the doors are a little big, but in some buildings, doors are a little big. So that's not too unsurprising. I'm going to have to heat this up and click those on correctly. That's going to drive me crazy. They keep coming off. Well, that one's on there good. All right, let's try it again. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay. Get it lined up. Shove it in the hole. There we go. Hooray! All right, let's go ahead and stick this in his hand. See how he holds it. Well, the fingers are nice and rubbery, so you can easily maneuver his fingers around. Reach for the sky, rabbit. Mostly I wanted him for one reason and one reason only, and that was to come visit Bravestarr, not Bravestarr, to have Bravestarr come visit Rio Blast sometime in one of my cartoon series for my stop motion stuff. And I think this figure will work good enough. All right, and if you guys want to get one, like I said, the link's in the description. I think he works well enough with classics. He sits in the chair way better than Rio Blast does, because Rio Blast has a problem sitting like everybody else does who's from classics. Let's see if I can get him to sit. Take out your gun. You're not going to use it now. You're going to sit down and play on the computer. Yeah, see, he's got the same problem. His legs just won't go high enough. I should make a special sitting version of Rio Blast. I got extra Rio Blasts. I should just make one that I reconstruct his leg to be chopped off up here so it can actually sit all the way down. That's what I should do. I should figure out what I have to do to make those legs work. I already got a bunch of specialty Rio Blasts already for different things. See, I got one sitting right here, still in a package from eBay. Well, it's funny. I saw them on a really good deal on eBay, and I just picked them up. Oop, oop. I just realized something. I got to do a lot of changes because one, I forgot I got rid of the fat armor. See how the sides look? I forgot all about that. Mattel did this deal with the fat armor. And you can see here. Let's see if you guys can spot this. So look how wide these sides are here, and how I made this nice and narrow by cutting off the armor on back and putting it all back together. And then here you got this thing in the way, and on his I cut a hole right here so it closes up tightly. I wish they would separate like Origins does, and I could just make the legs and then just pop them off. I think I glued these on so they stay glued, and I had to do a lot of sanding to make them close all the way. So besides just making the legs work, it would take a lot of work. And because they have the fat armor, it also always shows the belly too. It's kind of a weird way thing that they made it. So you got the fat armor, and you got the belly showing, and then you have the legs not closing all the way because of these bumps right here on top. And then you have this not closing all the way from this bump. And I think I might have raised his head up a little bit too. Nope, I didn't. So even if I was to alter one, I got a long ways to go to get back to this point. That's funny. Long ways. Fat armor. Nope, not PHT. FAT. It's not pretty hot and tempting. It is just gives it that giant weirdness to it. So you can see kind of what I did there to make it so it wasn't so crazy looking. Now I think I kept the fat armor on one that's built for, yep. The one that is actually my Rio Blast transformed into weapons mode. I did keep the fat armor because his arms are up and you can't see it while he's shooting his guns, and he's got lots of stuff in the way. So you can't notice the fat armor because, you know, his arms are up kind of blocking that. But this one I did keep the fat armor. I think I raised the head on this one though. Lowered the gun on it a little bit. Yeah. I had to revamp the gun right on this so it sits right on his head. And then I painted the front silver so it kind of shines. Shine where the eyes are. Yep, he's gone through lots of enhancements too. And then I have another Rio Blast. There he is. The pre-cybernetic Rio Blast. And this is the one where before he gets any of his cybernetic parts at all. Just a down-home Rio Blast. Actually, I think his name's just Rio at this point. No Blast on there yet. There you go. Now you've seen them all. Let's see. The price is out of my budget too, Mike. Yes. Yes, if you buy him on Amazon, he's $139 for him. Whew. That's crazy. If you buy him on the website as a pre-order, he's $99.99. So it depends on how you want to buy him. But again, he's a very specialty figure, so that's why he's so much. He is cool, though. That's going to be a lot of work. I know why I bought him. I bought him for one purpose only. I really want to make the chest cavity so it actually opens up like it used to in the old 80s toy. And my goal was to, where's your hat, man? Everyone's losing their hat. My goal was to use the Hordak body and do something like this, but with Rio Blast. But the Hordak body would not hold the armor over the top of it, so it would take a lot of sanding to bring it down. First of all, to even make it work at all. I don't know why they didn't. They did it with Hordak, so they could have easily done it with Rio Blast. Huh. Okay. Now I'm getting too many figures out. Now this is actually a Marvel Legends head with a G.I. Joe body. So that's G.I. Joe. You know, he'd probably fit great with G.I. Joes. He'd probably be the exact height and size, which I guess makes a lot of sense for people that collect G.I. Joes. There's the black hat. There's your black hat. Fit. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Pew 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 pew. Blam 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 blam. This light was charged when I started, and now it's like dead. Where are all my other lights? There's one. Anyway, you guys can see a lot of the characters I'm working on for my stop motion now. Pretty cool. So now I have a real, well, it's not even real because it's the Marshal. It's still not real, but a Bravestarr type figure that actually fits in a lot closer to my classics. Granted, he's a lot skinnier, but heck, he's from a different planet, so why not? Eternia has a bunch of muscle-bound people, but I don't think the muscle-bound people are everywhere. So he'll fit in. He'll just be a little shorter. But you know, hey, look at oh, what's the guy's name that Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris is shorter, right? Let's take a look. How tall is Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris is 5 feet 9 inches.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is only 5'9". So there you go. So yeah, that makes sense. So if he was 5'9", that'd make a lot of sense. And then he would be, you know, 6 foot, 6'1". Sure. That works pretty good. So he's like the Chuck Norris size guy of the He-Man figures. Not Rio Blast, but the Marshal. What was the name of that show that he used to be on? Todd, do you have 3030? I do not, Charles. I only have a couple things from Bravestarr. One is the actual Bravestarr figure. I have a couple of them. Another is I have a couple of the bad guy, something Hex. Tex Hex. Johnny Hex. I don't know his name. And then I have the playset. And that is pretty much about it for Bravestarr stuff. So no cool stagecoaches, nothing like that. And again, I only got into it because of the Rio Blast stuff. Because I saw someone online that had the fort. And I'm like, oh, that fort's so cool. And then I wanted to get the gun so I could make it for, design some for Rio Blast to hang on to give him more of a Bravestarr look. And when I got the gun, I got the Bravestarr figure at the same time. So that's how I got my original Bravestarr. And then I lost his hat when I made this custom. And so I went and bought the bad guy to get an extra hat. And then I found the hat again. So I still have a bad guy with a hat. So that's pretty cool. And then I also have the packs that they wear on their backs that do the lights. So they can go and shoot each other like laser tag. All right, I think that is the end of the video. Let me see if you guys have any comments. Let's see. Well, Walker, Texas Ranger. Yes. So in my storyline, he's like Walker, Texas Ranger. He knows the martial arts. He's one tough dude. He doesn't do push-ups. He does earth downs. Oh. What's cool about him, he's super articulated, so you could easily do a bunch of awesome karate moves. Can't believe Chuck Norris is like 5'9". I mean, I know he's shorter because he looks shorter to me, but when you look at the ones of Bruce Lee, he looked like he was tall. You know what? Let's see how tall Bruce Lee was. Got to find out this now. How tall was Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee was 5 feet 8 inches.
He's only an inch shorter than Chuck Norris. Wow. How crazy is that? I've got to find a way to keep that hat on. I don't want to use poster putty. I'm afraid I'll ruin the paint job. But I think putting a little foam on the sides will help keep the hat on. Oh. Did his holster fall off again? Really? Really? The holster's just too big for that little peg hole. Get on there. You can do it. I don't know why I just didn't use a clip. Was there a holster in the cartoon? Do you guys know? Because it does look like it's very cartoony the way that holster is, but and it's funny too that the holster itself is also very top heavy because the pin is lower than the midpoint, so it wants to spin. So imagine you're in a gunfight, you go to grab your gun and whoop, it just kind of flips over and your gun falls out. Hey, oh. So I kind of wish they would have somehow made it different. Maybe a strap that actually goes around his leg. And they already have a strap. I mean, if they'd have made the strap and the leg one piece. So yeah, I like them. I just wish that the gun was held on better and the hat would fit on better. And if he's just a little bit taller, I'd be cool with it, but I think it'll work the way it does. Let's see. It was a good idea, Rick. Let's see, what did Rick say? Bruce Lee is short. Yes. Is in scale a Masterverse? No. Here's a Masterverse figure here. And Masterverse, believe it or not, is just about the same size as Classics. But he is a pretty good match to G.I. Joe. I don't have any male G.I. Joe figures, but I do have this one female. It's CoverGirl with a Marvel Legends head, I believe she has on her head. Some kind of Marvel head on her. Bruce Lee only weighed 130. Wow. If you want, you could use Barano's body with... Oh, that's a good idea. I got 7 inches on Chuck. Nice. Strength of a bear, eyes of a hawk. Originally 30-30, had a horrible plastic. It would break easy. Had to fix one for a friend. The Marshal definitely looks like Masterverse style buck. Can you put a Masterverse figure next to him? Yep. A Masterverse figure, like I said, is much larger. So as you can see, I'll just put it there again. Oh, and I just use this Masterverse buck all the time for my comparison because he's like the generic figure. All right, let me find my Silverhawk. Silverhawk, where are you? I don't know where I put Silverhawk. Now, in my storyline, I would say Captain Glenn knows Bravestarr. I think his name's John Bravestarr, right? It's got to be John. They're all named John, right? And so, even though she's quite a bit taller than him, actually, she's not too bad. She's about comparable in size. She would actually fit in if they were in next to each other. You wouldn't think nothing weird about it. You'd think she's a little bit tall for her height, but my wife's sister is kind of a tall woman. And she kind of looks like her in the face, so I could see that. Did we just get a new member? What's going on here? Oh, Charles Pruitt. Thank you for joining. Charles, very cool. New member to the team. Very cool. That's what I think. Too much exercise and dieting. Yeah, 130 is pretty light. That is really light, but depending on your height. Let's see. Mattel's Moto Superstar Undertaker hat fits tight on other action figures. Nice to know. Yep, I just literally used the bad guy's hat from Bravestarr for him, and then of course Bravestarr's hat on him for my customs. I kind of like to use the Bravestarr stuff, so that's why I kind of like it. Captain Glenn. What's funny is this is not my best Captain Glenn custom. She's just sitting out all the time. So I find myself using her all the time in these videos just because she's sitting out, not because she's my favorite. So it's kind of funny. You know, she's cool. She's okay. But I have a really cool Captain Glenn that I made that makes this one look pretty lame. But I had her out because I was going to make that spaceship for her. That I never finished it. Never finished the spaceship. Let me get some more lights on over here because my little circle lights keep dying on me. There we go. All right. Any final questions before I kill the feed? Someone posted a video on how he created Marlena with existent origins part. Yes, I saw that. That was really cool. Yep, I hope they make Marlena really soon, sooner than later. That'd be cool. Yep. All right. Anyway, good journey, you guys. Thanks for joining me. And I do have lots of other figures that I've gotten. I haven't had time to make videos about them yet, so just kind of hang out. Wow, Mike Fee's been a member for 30 months. Thanks, Mike. Very cool. And if you don't know already, Mike is also one of our admins. He has the power to kick people out or whatever he wants to do. Oh, the Masterverse Horde Trooper? Yeah, you better believe it. I'm getting 3 of them. They are really cool. 3's the max you can get. When I saw that, I was like, oh, it kind of makes the one I'm working on kind of null and void. As you guys know, I was working on this Horde Trooper. Horde Trooper! Pooper Trooper. I gotta make room for him. Oh, you cowboys, get out of the way. So we got... Oh, he broke down the door. Okay, here comes the Trooper. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So here's my massive Trooper that I've been working on. Let me turn the lights on, too, while we're at it. Light on! Light on! Bum, 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 bum. So here's my big, giant Trooper Pooper that I made out of the Batman thing. And you know, I was looking at the other trooper, and I like him and stuff, but I really like this giant robot look. So I don't know if he's going to replace these guys or not. But we shall see. I can make him stand taller, too. Stand up taller! Bon, 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 bon. Whoop. Now I've gone way off the rails. Now I'm talking about Horde Troopers instead of Bravestarr. There's probably people on here that are Bravestarr fans going, what the heck? Why did I tune into this? It only showed Bravestarr for 30 seconds, and the rest is all He-Man. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Let me turn off these eyes so I don't forget. I've come in before and totally forgotten, come back hours later, and I have stuff still on. He is pretty cool looking. Oh! Whoops. Ooh. Your Facebook got hacked? That's not good, man. So are you really Charles now, or are you the hacker coming to watch us? Sorry to hear about that, man. That does really stink. Let's see. Rick said, wasn't Rio supposed to be a Bravestarr figure at first? I actually wondered about that. I wondered about many figures if Rio Blast was the precursor to Bravestarr, because he is a space cowboy on He-Man, and Filmation did make Bravestarr later on. And so I wonder, Mattel did make the toys later on. And you know what? I don't know why they didn't just make Bravestarr the same size as He-Man figures. Why not? Why not make it so you can mix and match and make the whole playset a little bit smaller and these guys a little shorter? I mean, that would have been cool. It would have been like a spin-off for your He-Man figure, like they do now. They're doing all this cool origin stuff where they have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and WWE and everything else, and all the figures work together. You know, they should have done the same thing. And even Super 7 ended up doing that with their Ultimates line. So they could have easily done that. Oh. I found another light. Let's see if it's charged or not. Hey, it is. That'd have been so cool if they would have just gone with that same size. Well, you know what? We've been sitting here playing so long that my video has ended on here. Now I got to figure out how to restart it. Either that or I killed the battery. Let's click this video here. There we go. There we go. Back up in business. Oh, I don't know how to change the brightness on it. There's some trick to change the brightness, but it keeps changing the volume. I just love those computer screens. They're so cool. Whoop. Oh, I know. Let's see. Yep, that does stink about your site, about your Facebook thing. I'm surprised you can't go on and report it and change your password and get it back. Those hackers. Actually, you know what? I kind of can't wait to get Rio Blast for our Origins. I kind of want to see what it looks like in Masterverse too. Are they going to give us the hole in the chest when they do Masterverse? If they do, I may have to redo all my Rio Blast figures with the Masterverse one. Let's see. Don't cut Marshal Bravestarr's hair off, ponytail, unless his grandfather died. Then cut his hair. Native Americans have a tradition like that. When someone dies, they cut their hair off. Yes, that's actually a pretty common thing through a lot of different beliefs. The hair is like records history and time of what's been going on. So sometimes if there's something in your life and you want to make a change, you cut your hair off to symbolize that change. It's like cutting off the history. If you look at your hair, each strand of your hair actually gives a history of how you've been eating, if you've been taking any drugs or medication, if you've been under stress. They can actually look at one strand all the way down. It's like a recording as the hair is being produced out of your head of what was going on at that time. Hence why Britney Spears shaved her head from taking, because she didn't want anybody to know she was taking drugs. So, like, Britney Spears, how do we get all the way to Britney Spears? How did that happen? All right. Chink, chink. Stand, Mr. Bravestarr, or Mr. Marshal. I just can't believe that Ramentoys can make it so close, but still can't call it Bravestarr. I think that part's kind of funny. All right. Anyway, I think it's time to call it quits. We've gone over all the topics. Let's see. I got mine. Hackers Lewis guy blocked me even. And it's the real me. She didn't need to shave her head. We knew ahead of time. Yes. Did I get the new Masterverse Merman? I did not. Did not get him. Mattel would have got him for the name. Yeah, I'm sure they probably would have. It's like they tried making that He-Man and Skeletor. They got the cease and desist. They also had some other figures too they made and kind of got the kibosh on them. But it's just funny because it's so close that I'm just surprised. Now, granted, it doesn't match the toy except for the rifle, but the rest of it doesn't match the toy. Ugh. Now I've lost. There's the hat. That's it. Poster putty's going on. I've had it. I think I'm also going to super glue these sides on too. Poster putty. Poster putty to the rescue. So poster putty, hat on, super glue the gun holster on, and we will be set. Too much poster putty. I was afraid of that. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again, shall we? I'll just put it around the back here so it's not quite so obvious. Hopefully it won't ruin the paint because it's down low. There we go. And then later on today, I'm going to take... Oh, now his gun fell out too. I'm going to end up losing that. I'm going to take and see how his leg comes apart. He does have a thigh cut right there. You can see it right here. Let's see if I can't get that apart and glue it on there separately onto this leg band and then put it back together. I'll figure it out later. Wax paper and glue. That should do the trick. I'm not going to glue this side though, because this one stayed on pretty good. It's the Hatchet Man. Hatchet Man. Do 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 do. Would Walmart and Target have this action figure Bravestarr? No, they would not, unfortunately. I have 2 links in the description. One is for Amazon, and Amazon is kind of spendy. It's like $139. And then they have another link at the very bottom for Ramentoys, and it's a pre-order to buy their one from their next batch, and it's $99. So, and it also has shipping and handling and everything else. So the price is not that much difference once you add shipping and handling in, and if you want it right away, just spend the extra money, get the Amazon one. But if you can wait and you want to save a few bucks, then do the other one. And there you go. I felt it in the force. Not no more. Look at this. This hat is stuck on his head now. It ain't coming off anymore with poster putty. There we go. You know, I should compare this to the ones that came in the set. All right, let's open the safe. Open the safe. There you go. Here's a comparison. This is the one that came with the figure. This is the one that comes with the old toys. This one comes apart in 2 pieces. And this one does not. Oh, you know what? My wife just told me I have to go. I will talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Until next time, good journey. Bye now.